What's going on, Port fans? Welcome back to another video on my channel, and today we're going to preview Port Adelaide's round 19 clash against the Western Bulldogs in what has to be one of the most important games for the Port Adelaide Footy Club this year. Let's have a look at this game and see exactly what it looks like it's going to bring against the Dogs in Ballarat. Before I start this preview, I just want to take this opportunity to say thank you very much to everyone for subscribing to the channel. We've hit 800 subscribers. It's an achievement I didn't think actually would happen this quickly, and yet all of you guys have been a wonderful support for me over the last year and a half, coming into 2 years. So thank you very much for subscribing and, you know, all the watching and all the commenting. Really appreciate your support right across the board. And you know, if you're watching this and you're new to the channel, please jump on board, subscribe to the channel. Alright, Paul fans, let's have a look at this game. It's going to be a very, very interesting affair in Ballarat. A crucial game for Port Adelaide to win. A couple of weeks in a row where we've been quite disappointing. I felt like against GWS we were always in it and just couldn't capitalise on our opportunities, and our skills were quite horrendous. But an opportunity now to fix this this weekend in Ballarat against the Bulldogs, who aren't in the best of form. But obviously we have to be aware about how good they can be, and with Bontempelli back, I wouldn't be underestimating the Bulldogs at all, especially down in Ballarat where it's going to be quite cold. I think around 8 degrees. It could rain, so an interesting game is ahead of us, but I think simply we have to do the job. We have to get this done. It's a must-win game, and I keep saying it every week, but every week now from here now on then is simply must-win. Simple as that for our club to get into that top 4, and also, you know, just to solidify our spot in the top 8, because that you know, that percentage is dropping a bit where we may or may not make the 8, but we're in there at the moment, a couple of games clear, so we just need to find our rhythm again and get the job done in Ballarat. Big ins this week. Obviously, I'm filming this before the final squad is announced, so make sure you just keep that in mind. But I'm going to say Ryder, Jonas and Motlop all named as well, coming into this game for the 26-man squad. And another big one as well is Billy Frampton is on standby for Paddy Ryder if he does not pull up. I feel they should play Billy anyway. I think, you know, having another tour option down forward, having their four tools would be quite unique, and I reckon Billy would slot straight in. Kane Farrell is also on standby too. He could make his debut this weekend in Ballarat. I feel like he deserves his opportunity too. And as well as Aidan Johnson, and I think Riley Bonnet as well is also on the cards to play too. Just on those changes as well, you've got Dougal Howard, who's out with a hand injury. You've got Lindsay Thomas out, omitted, and Carl Amon's got a knee injury. So those outs, well, look, to be honest, I thought Thomas and Amon would get dropped anyway, but Amon has really just hit that nail on the head with getting his knee injury. So you know, I think they're good changes. They're really strong changes, and to get our 3 really important players back in Ryder, Jonas and Motlop will be crucial to us going a long way this week. They have to play if they're fit. I'm not going to say just play them if they're 80%. They're going to be 100% fit. So if Kenny, the coaching staff and the medical staff all feel they are 100% to play, chuck them in. We need the boys back strong. Could there be any more outs? Look, Bonner and Farrell would be another 2 I'd bring in. Bonner simply for the change of Pittard, who was woeful last week. And Farrell could come in for even someone like a Thomas. He could be the replacement for Thomas. You know, he could be... Trengove could drop out as well. We could go more attacking when we go forward. It just depends what Kenny wants to do this week. I feel the weather might play a little bit of a part in his selection. So I reckon, you know, keeping those 3 changes of Ryder, Jonas and Motlop for Howard, Amon and Thomas may be a good solution. But we'll see how that pans out. It's too bright. Our biggest issue last week was converting inside 50. The last 2 weeks we've scored 58 and 50 against the Dockers and the Giants. We must convert going inside 50, especially if Ryder's going to play. I think especially having Charlie deep. You've got Westhoff roaming, Watts being the hit-up target up the ground. It could really work well this week, especially with the Dogs letting in one of the more defensive deficient sides going around. And the last time we played, obviously, we won by 57 points at the Adelaide Oval. It might be a different story this week, but I reckon, you know, if we get on a roll, I really feel that we could do some damage again. but it's just a matter of if the players want to stand up this weekend and really let the competition know, make a statement. And that statement being that, we're still here, we're still confident in our ability, and we need to win this. It's as simple as that. It's a big game. I mean, it's not a big game in terms of, high crowd numbers, a lot of people watching the game. I think it's a big crowd, a big game internally for us, because it just means so much. It doesn't matter who the opposition are. You've got to take them as they come, and we've got to win this week. I think the big key points, big key players as well this week, the likes of Charlie, Robbie, Travis Boak as well, down in defence. Hompsh's got to stand up without Dougal Howard. Jonas coming back into the side, and the young kids as well. You got Lena, who had a terrific first game last week. You've got players like Sam Gray, who needs to stand up as well. I think really Sam Gray in particular is the one that he's obviously had that ankle injury. He wasn't having a lot of form before then, and he's come back 2 weeks. Hasn't had a lot of efficient ball use at the moment, so he's got to get on the scoreboard, and he loves playing in Ballarat. The other people that must stand up, as I mentioned before, is the midfield. They are crucial to us winning this week. You look at the clearances, we're still the #1 team in the competition. The Dogs are 12th. You've got to take that opportunity. Contested possessions, we're 5th, and the Bulldogs are 12th as well. So we're higher up on both ends. We really need to nail that down, because this weekend, I mean, like against the Dockers, stats didn't matter. They bet us at the contest. They bet us in their run and ability to hit the scoreboard when they could. Obviously, they didn't kick as many goals, but the main thing was they took the game on. We were stop-start playing this chippy-chip footy and not even hitting one target. Got to do that this week. The conditions may play a certain part, but going at 40-50% efficiency with the ball is not on, especially early in the game. We've got to start well. That's another big thing for us. We don't start well at all. This week is crucial. We've got to get on the scoreboard. And the last time we played the Bulldogs in round, I think, 12, we started really well with 6 goals to none. It's all up to our players and being in that mindset. All right, let's have a look at the predictions, Port fans. Not a lot to really say about this game in terms of what's it going to bring, because we know, as simple as this, we've got to win this week's game. And I've tipped us to win by 32 points. I feel like we'll get the job done. I know a lot of fans are struggling to believe in this team at the moment. You've got to stick with them, because this happened earlier in the year where we started to think, oh no, maybe we're just another average side, and then we came back, won the showdown, then we won 3 in a row on the biggest stages, Friday night and Thursday night footy, against the 2 top teams. Well, at that stage, it was Richmond and Melbourne as the 2 top teams. So, have faith, Port fans. We're not out of this. We're only 11-6. That's the key point there. We're equal 4th. You win this week, you might jump back into the 4, and who knows what happens after that. We've got some big games coming up. This one, we must simply win. I think players like Wingard might stand up this week. Ollie Wines might stand up. Robbie Gray might have a big game. You just never know. Once they turn on, once our side turns on, it's just watching a pure, completely different team. We must get the job done. It's as simple as that. It's in Ballarat. We played really well there last year. We adapted to the conditions, and we just kept on going. Charlie Dixon's been in great form, kicking 18 goals in the last 7 or 8 games against the Dogs too. So get the ball to Charlie. Win it out of the middle. The defence is awesome this year. We should take care of their forward line with our superior defence. It's just a matter of hitting the scoreboard and making sure we get the job done. Well, that's it, Port fans. Thank you very much for tuning in to this Round 19 preview. As I said before, thank you very much for 800 subscribers. I really appreciate the support. Make sure you comment below your predictions for this weekend's game, and let me know what you're thinking selection-wise and how we're going to pan out this week, and where we're going to finish this year. I feel like still the top 4 is in our reach. Make sure you tune in to the Porches Podcast 8 PM every Wednesday. Check out our Facebook page and give it a like, as well to the Footy Chat podcast, which runs every Sunday night. Give us a like on Facebook, and also check out our new podcast, which is in the description below. My name's Anthony, Port fans. Thank you very much for tuning in once again, and as always, come the pair.